June meeting of the Oxford Planning Commission. You have the agenda before you. Before we get started, I want to express congratulations and acknowledge Alderman-elect Smith is with us this evening, her last meeting. Congratulations, and we'll send plenty of things for you to work.
Sure you will.
Commissioners, on the agenda, I'd like to take one item off the consent agenda, number 7, case number 3231, and we'll move that to just after number 11. We'll make it 11B on the agenda. Are there any other changes or additions? If not, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion to approve.
There's a motion. Is there a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Commissioners, any changes to the minutes from the May meeting? If not, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
I make a motion to approve the meeting
There
minutes
is-
from May.
There is a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Ben, any staff report today?
Nothing to report.
Thank you, sir. There are 2 cases remaining on the consent agenda. Is there anyone in the audience or any commissioner that would like to pull those off? All right. If not, is there a motion on the consent agenda?
Motion to approve consent agenda.
Motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. That brings us to our first public hearing, which will be case number 3232. Capstone Development LLC has filed a request for preliminary and final plat approval for Lamar Phase 5 located at 305 Baldwin Drive. James?
Afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
All right, the subject property measures just over 5 acres in Lamar Traditional Neighborhood Development and has been previously referred to as Phase 5 of the Lamar. The applicant is requesting a single lot subdivision plat inclusive of the 2 existing 3-story multifamily buildings, totaling slightly less than 50 units. The proposed lot complies with the dimensional requirements of T&D. Engineering has reviewed and provided comments. Staff recommends approval of the requested preliminary and final plat with the 4 conditions listed on your staff report. Happy to answer any questions.
Thanks, sir. Any questions from the commission? Any from the audience? All right. If not, is there a motion on case number 3232 for preliminary and final plat?
I'll make the motion to approve, subject to the 4 staff conditions.
Motion to approve with the conditions. Is there a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Thank you, sir. Our next case will be case number 3233. Kenny Gowan has requested a variance from section 2.6.5 setback maximum for property located at 1602 Grand Oaks Boulevard.
Yeah, the property's located in the original Grand Oaks planned unit development. It's a regularly shaped lot. It measures about 1/4 of an acre, and it's the first residential property on the, I guess it's the south side of the road along Grand Oaks Boulevard. Property's directly adjacent to the new 2-story building that was constructed right there at the hard corner. The existing deck is in need of a repair and replacement, and the applicant seeking privacy from the neighboring building's 2nd story, which overlooks the property. The proposed deck will extend approximately, it's about 2.5 feet into the rear setback, where the total area in the setback is approximately 15 square feet. We do acknowledge the applicant's desire for privacy in the backyard, and we do agree that the newly built 2-story structure next door has created a hardship that was not caused by the applicant. Staff also notes that the lot's irregular shape contributes to this hardship, and that the requested variance is the smallest possible to address this concern. In fact, we had a couple meetings, and there was, in the initial meeting, it was a larger deck that was proposed in the setback, and so he's gone back and he's revised it to what it is right now. So staff recommends approval with the plan as submitted.
All right. Thank you, Ben. Any questions from the commission? Any question or comment from the audience or online? If not, is there a motion on the variance? There is a motion to approve with one condition. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Next case will be case number 3234. Delta Utilities has filed a request for a variance from section 5.5.2.6 fence height for property located at 3559 Fielders Lane. James.
Hey, all. The subject property consists of a little over 2 acres near the end of Fielder Lane, just to the south of Mississippi Highway 6. This case concerns the location of above-ground natural gas facilities, which are maintained by Delta Utilities. The applicant plans to install 8-foot wooden privacy fencing around the above-ground natural gas facilities for security and protection. The city's land development code sets a maximum fence height at 6 feet in the side yard and 4 feet in the front yard, which would require visibility. And so as a result, the applicant is requesting a variance for the fence height. Staff finds the concern for security of these facilities sufficiently creates a hardship from strict enforcement, and so we're recommending approval of the requested variance with the condition listed in your report. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. Commissioners, any questions? Anyone from the audience who would like to comment? All right. If not, is there a motion on the variance for fence height?
I'll make a motion to approve
One condition.
with one condition.
All right, there is a motion to approve with the one staff condition. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right, our next case will be the case moved from the consent agenda, case number 3231. The Grove at North Lamar LLC has requested a variance from section 5.7.9 stormwater design standards for property located at 1401 Chickasaw Road. And Commissioner Alexander is recusing himself.
All right, subject property is about 1.2 acres on the northwest corner of the recently constructed roundabout at Molly Bar in Chickasaw. The applicant proposes to construct a 3-story residential building with 18 two-bedroom units. Site plan is subject to case 3235. Applicant has requested variance from section 98-118L of the municipal code, which deals with stormwater management design of the basins. I'm going to read what Steve wrote. I don't claim to know anything about this. Engineering staff supports variance request to the requirements of section 98-118L3. Detention basin is relatively small in area and volume. In engineering staff's professional opinion, the change from a 4-to-1 exterior slope to a 3-to-1 exterior slope does not present a safety issue. A 3-to-1 slope also conforms to the surrounding land contours as specified in section 98-118L3. The change in slope will allow for an additional bottom area in the detention to meet the requirements of section 98-118L7. And as such, staff recommends approval of the requested variance with following condition that approval is for the plan as submitted. And Mr. Granberry is online if you have questions for him.
Thank you, Robert. Commissioners, what questions?
All right, so this is for, just make sure we've got the case numbers right. 3231? Okay, 3231. And my understanding is the assistant city engineer, maybe?
Yes, right here.
Okay, perfect. All right, so the only questions I've got about this, I wanted to go on the record to make sure we're documenting why we're going to allow, I'm not necessarily opposed to it, I think it does make sense, but I wanted you to go ahead and let us know from a calculation standpoint. I know we lowered the standards to the 25-year, and so that being the case, that's what caught my eye. We've already reduced the standards, now we're going to go back a little bit more. This particular, my understanding, is not going to affect the capacity, so that's a bit of a non-issue. But if we steepen the slope erosion, and of course, in our county erosion, the type of soil we've got is a problem. What calculations have you guys done to assure yourselves that that's steep, which is only 3-to-1, 4-to-1, but still, it could matter. So what
The way I understand it, the initial basin that was submitted, the bottom was triangular in area, which was not going to meet our criteria for that bottom anyway. So a 4-to-1 is certainly desired from a review standpoint, but a 3-to-1 is very maintainable, is often seen on road slopes. So the 3-to-1, we allowed that to steepen up, also gave us the bottom area that was also more desirable from a design standpoint to increase the size of that basin. So we just flexed a little bit on those slopes, but 3-to-1 are maintainable. A true 3-to-1 is very maintainable, 4-to-1 desirable, but 3-to-1, so we lessened that to create that extra bottom that was needed for that basin to be properly designed volume-wise.
All right, perfect. What about, what kind of grass they're gonna put on that slope to keep it?
Typically for a 3-to-1, I would recommend that getting sod instead of trying to establish grass on it. So a Bermuda sod, I mean,
Yeah,
something sodded initially instead of trying to get grass growing would be recommended from the get-go instead of a seed and mulch type procedure.
John, you want to weigh in on that?
Yes, this is John Granberry with Granberry and Associates for the record, and the entire disturbed area is receiving sod for the site. So,
Perfect, thank you. Is it, the total cubic area is like 5 cubic feet, something like that?
I'm not familiar with that.
It's pretty small. Do you remember the dimensions?
The actual volume, I'm not familiar. I just know from Steve's review, the initial bottom was not going to be acceptable from the triangular shape. It didn't have enough bottom area per the requirements. So to lessen that slope, or to steepen it, if you will, was going to allow for us to meet that additional bottom area. And from a safety standpoint, maintenance standpoint, we felt like that would be okay to lessen the slope condition.
As long as you guys are good with it, I am. I just want to make sure we didn't need a retaining wall or nothing like that. So, okay, that's all I got.
All right. Commissioners, any other questions? Anyone from the audience who'd like to speak or online? If not, is there a motion on case number 3231 for the stormwater variance?
Make a motion we approve the staff conditions.
All right, there's one. There's a motion to approve with the one staff condition. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right. Could someone get Commissioner Alexander to rejoin? Oh, yes, okay. All right, our next case is case number 3235. The Grove at North Lamar LLC has requested a site plan approval for Chickasaw Flats, property located at 1401 Chickasaw Road.
Same property, still 1.2 acres. And so, yes, this is a three-story residential building with 18 two-bedroom units. Proposed use of upper floor multifamily is permitted use in TNB and is allowed by special exception on the first floor. And y'all granted that in October of 24. Parking for this project would require a minimum 42 and a maximum of 52, and the applicant proposes 42. This meets the coverage of 80%, and the landscaping package has frontage trees, parking lot trees, foundation plantings, and screenings that all comply with LDC standards. Tree survey and mitigation plan have been provided by the applicant. We calculated, staff has calculated 51 2-inch caliber trees, which applicant has proposed to plant on site. And all those trees are accounted for on the landscape plan. We're still working with the applicant to double check and finalize those numbers. And for building materials, primary facade materials will be fiber cement siding and brick veneer with a dimensional shingle roof. And engineering has comments related to water and sewer and stormwater management. And staff recommends approval of the requested site plan for Chickasaw Flats with the 5 conditions that are listed in the staff report.
Thank you, Robert. Commissioners, any questions on the site plan? Are there any comments or questions from the audience? If not, is there a motion from the commission on the site plan?
approve with the 5 staff conditions.
There is a motion to approve with the 5 staff conditions. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right. Is there any additional business to come before the commission? What's that? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.